Well, it is real. What's going on, everybody? My name is Will Turner, and ladies and gentlemen, yes indeed, we now officially know what will be the next LEGO game to be released, and it's actually coming out next month. Now, of course, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, please don't forget to leave a like. That would be very much appreciated. And with all that in mind, Wingardium Leviosa, or basically that translates to let's dive on in. So, of course, just this past weekend, there was a big Harry Potter themed event called Back to Hogwarts, where I guess they announced like a bunch of stuff related to Harry Potter in terms of video games, attractions, merchandise, so on and so forth. And surprisingly so, one of the big announcements during this show was the release of LEGO Harry Potter years 1 through 4, as well as years 5 through 7 as one giant collection, releasing over on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and S, and of course, this time for the PC. Now, why am I saying this time so specifically? Well, because obviously, if you're a LEGO games fan, you'll probably know that, hey, didn't these LEGO Harry Potter games already release as a collection not that long ago? And you'd be absolutely correct. In fact, they got a release just in the last console generation, the PS4 era. That is when we got that collection of the LEGO Harry Potter games. But, of course, the big omission during that time was that PC players did not actually get a release. Well, fear not, this time with enhanced graphics.
Play through all 8 films in a remastered compilation with all content in 4K resolution and enhanced graphics.
And 4K resolution, you'll also be getting an entry for this one, so PC players will be able to add this to their collections with these enhanced new features. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely seen a handful of people mention the fact that this is a very head-scratching kind of release, and I certainly don't disagree, because after all, the PS4 version of these games runs at 1440p, which is dang near close to 4K. It is going to be very interesting to see how much of an upgrade is this actually going to be. Will it feel like it is worthwhile to upgrade in order to get that little bit of better resolution? It is particularly confusing due to the fact that the trailers that they have released on their official pages are all at 1080p, which is kind of a head-scratching moment as well, because after all, if you're trying to release a new collection where you're trying to brag about how much better it looks, I feel like maybe give us a little bit of a teaser with at least the trailer running at 4K would have been a very, very cool thing to see, which unfortunately, at least as of right now, has not been the case. Now, it's not all bad news, because I do also hope that maybe with this re-release, they fix a lot of those audio issues that were present during the PS4 era release, because that game did have a little bit of weird like mismatching and just sound popping going on. So I'm hopeful that maybe this time with this remaster or recollection or rebuild, whatever you want to call it, they actually do address those audio issues so that ultimately this becomes the very best way to play these games. Now, I'm sure you're also wondering, when the heck is this collection going to release? Well, the fun thing is that it's actually coming out next month. October 8th is when we will be able to add this one to our collections, and that is definitely pretty freaking awesome. I love the fact that we're getting this announcement and the release date like literally almost 30 days later. That is absolutely freaking awesome. That happens so rarely nowadays with video games. Most of the time we get an announcement and then the game releases like around 2 to 3 years later. So it's really cool that this is going to be in our collections so soon. Now, speaking of adding these to your collections, there is another very confusing element with this particular release, and that is, how is it going to release? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, obviously nowadays video games release in 2 predominant formats. They release in a physical edition, meaning the actual disc that you get to go buy on store shelves, or in a digital version where you get to buy them via a digital storefront, where there is no actual physical release. Now, is this collection going to be getting a physical release? Well, the answer as of right now is kind of. It's definitely getting a digital release. I can most definitely confirm that, which is awesome. But on the physical side of things, there is no like official concrete evidence of that, aside from one pre-order listing over on the Play Asia website, which is a pretty big retailer for video games, so it is credible. But interestingly enough, they only have a pre-order for the PlayStation 5 version, and the release date does not actually say October 8th. It just says to be announced, which makes me kind of wonder whether or not the digital version will be released on October 8th, and then the physical version will release sometime later at an unannounced date, at least as of right now. So again, if you're like me and you like to collect the physical versions of games, you're probably going to be a little bit confused and possibly let down by this. And another thing that will most definitely probably let you down, at least somewhat, is the fact that they have confirmed that for the people that purchased the previous collection on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One series, then you actually do have a discounted price to upgrade into this new digital version. Now, the weird thing is that the way that they have it phrased on their official release post, they don't actually mention that this will be available as an upgrade for the people who bought a physical version, which is kind of a bummer. Again, it would be really cool if they offer that same discount to people who bought a physical disc and now want to buy the upgraded version in order to have the enhanced graphics available to them. So kind of a bummer there for sure. I don't know if that will be something that will be changed in time for release for October 8th. But as of right now, the wording and how they actually wrote it in their official press release, it seems like for digital only users, you will have a discounted price where you won't have to pay the full price in order to upgrade from your PS4 version of these games into this enhanced PS5 version or your Xbox One version up to the Xbox Series X version. So again, W for digital users, but kind of an L, obviously, for all of us who buy our games physically. And so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I think that this is a very, very interesting reveal. It's one of those reveals that I'm excited for because I do want to see another LEGO release, but at the same time, obviously, there's a lot of weird question marks and head-scratching moments with this release as well. So we'll see as we get closer as to how these enhanced graphics make the game better. Hopefully, they certainly do. And in addition to that, I do want people to think about this. There was a lot of rumors about the fact that the next LEGO game that we would be getting is a huge remaster of the LEGO Harry Potter titles. And as of right now, allegedly, that is still kind of the most, I guess, reliable, most credible rumor available. But I will say, what if those rumors were misconstrued or misunderstood by the people that were reporting on them? And maybe this collection was it, which means that could we possibly actually get a LEGO Batman 4 title next from the lovely folks over at TT Games. I guess we're gonna have to hold tight and wait. I am hopeful that the next LEGO game is announced at the upcoming Game Awards. I think there's a very good chance that that will be the case, but I guess time will tell. Thank you guys so very much for watching today's video. Of course, if you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like. Let me know if you guys are going to be adding this one to your collections. And of course, have an absolute fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. See y'all later, alligators. Bye-bye, everybody.